Well, guns for gift cards. That is the deal the Olympia Police Department just offered gun owners. And this morning, we're hearing how many people opted to make the exchange. So joining me live, Sergeant Paul Fraley from the Olympia Police Department. Sergeant Fraley, good morning.
Good morning.
So I want to hear, this event happened on Tuesday. I want to hear how many guns ended up being exchanged. What was the outcome like?
Absolutely. So we took it by appointment only. We weren't sure what the community interest was going to be or how many we were going to get. We opened it up for appointments on January 17th, and that same day, all appointments were filled. We had 33 appointments. We had a maximum of 5 gift cards per gun per individual. People could turn in as many guns as they would like, but we only offered 5 gift cards. We ended up accepting 68 guns on the day of the event. We had about 40 to 50 people who could get appointments. We had a couple folks not show up or bring as many guns as they expected, but all those gift cards are now spoken for, and we're continuing to have a lot of interest in people turning in unwanted guns, despite the fact there aren't any gift cards left.
I have to get some clarity on this kind of program. I mean, I've heard about these guns for gift card programs before. They've happened in different municipalities. Are you surprised that so many people came to bring their guns back? I have to admit, I mean, a gun it's a pricey thing. It costs money to have one in the first place, and people that have guns usually really like those guns. So were you surprised by how many people bring those guns back?
I wasn't surprised. We've actually had a lot of community interest in this sort of event for the past couple of years. We also have seen an increase in the theft of guns. In 2022, we actually saw our gun theft double from 2021. And a lot of these are just unwanted guns that are taken during vehicle prowls or burglaries that are kind of forgotten about. A lot of folks that turned these weapons in were getting to be elderly and either didn't want them anymore or were afraid that a family member, a young grandchild, was going to find them. So I'm really glad we're able to offer this community. I wasn't very surprised. A lot of unwanted guns are out there. We know this. And this is just kind of an incentive to get folks to bring them in instead of leaving them in that closet or the backseat of the car.
Okay, so what happens to the guns once people bring them in and hand them over to you?
So they're all checked to see if they're stolen. None of the guns we've processed so far have been stolen. If they were stolen, they'd be returned to the owner. But in this case, all the guns we've recovered will be destroyed.
I guess that's actually my other question. You said none of the guns were stolen or anything, but let's say you do find a stolen gun. Does the person who brought them in get in trouble?
No, they do not. So we don't actually require any sort of personal or identifying information for any of the folks turning in weapons. In this case, we're just happy to get these guns off of the street.
Okay. That's interesting. This is an interesting program. So it sounds like this was kind of the kickoff of something like this. Do you think the department is going to do this again? And if so, when do you think that will happen?
I certainly think we will. It was very, very successful. I don't expect it to happen in the immediate future. I know there are a number of agencies that are looking at doing similar programs in the Puget Sound area. As far as taking guns, we're always willing to take unwanted guns. We won't have any gift cards to hand out, but a lot of folks are seeing the success of this program and realizing, their circumstances may have changed, or maybe they inherited a weapon that they don't want, and this is just a safe and convenient way to get rid of it. We're happy to take it off people's hands.
Okay, absolutely. When it comes to this gun exchange for the gift cards, can I ask how much the gift cards are worth? Does it depend on how much the gun is worth? How does that whole thing work?
No, we just had a flat rate of a $200 gift card per weapon, and it didn't matter what kind of weapon it was. We didn't accept, flare guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns. It had to be an actual firearm. I've seen other agencies do different things where AR-15 style might be worth more than an old handgun or a hunting rifle, but the way we did it was just a flat $200 gift card across the board.
We do hear a lot about all of the guns on streets nowadays and stolen guns and all of. So do you think programs like this can make a dent? If you're talking about hundreds of guns on the streets or thousands of guns and you're collecting 60 at a time, is this enough to make a dent in the issue?
I think so. I think a lot of the guns we see stolen are guns that are neglected. Maybe someone inherits it but doesn't want to spend the money on a safe. They're just not interested in having it around, so it's more likely to be stolen and maybe not noticed and reported stolen. So I think this absolutely can make a dent.
All right, Sergeant Paul Fraley, we appreciate the information and just learning about the program. Let us know when the next one happens. We would love to talk to you again about it.
We certainly will. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.